Want to stop wasting time doing useless things when detailing? Here are 5 of them. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be showing you guys 5 useless techniques in detailing that you should probably stop doing because they just don't really make any sense and they waste your time. However, if the things I mentioned are things that you just enjoy doing, ignore what I'm saying because detailing is about having fun, enjoying what you do, and it is therapeutic for a lot of people, and efficiency isn't always their top priority. If you're one of those people who likes to be inside the car more than outside of the car, and you like to get your car cleaned as fast and efficient as possible, then these 5 things are definitely for you. And while I go through the 5 things, I also go over why they're not that effective and why you probably shouldn't be doing them, and what are some alternatives or other ways to do these things even better and more efficiently. So stay tuned and let's get to it. So the first useless technique is pre-rinsing. Behind me here, I got this very dirty car. The rear end, especially, is covered in dirt. So a lot of times, the first instinct that people have is, I want to pull out the pressure washer or the hose, and I'm going to rinse it down because that will help the soap clean it or something like that. So that's a common misconception because the water that's left over on the panel, when you spray on the foam, it will only dilute whatever your cleaning product is, and that only make it less effective. So let's try it and see it side by side, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So as you can see, the right side, the foam is dragging down a lot faster than the left side. If you can see on the left side, there's still more foam on the car, whereas the right side, the water is actually helping the product dilute and escape the panel, which is going to leave it less dwell time on the panel to clean. Most of all, it just doesn't do anything. It adds an extra step because now I'm gonna rinse it away and it's gonna be the same. So I just rinsed off all the foam, and honestly, the left and right side, they look the same. The right side is not any cleaner than the left side. So you're just adding that extra step pre-rinsing it, and it's not really bringing any more dirt away. In fact, you're actually making it more dangerous if you're using a pressure washer, because if you have grit on your car and you're just using a pressurized water, blasting all that PSI onto the paint, the dirt and grit is going to get dragged along your paint because of that pressure. And that's a higher likelihood for your paint to be scratched by the dirt on the surface. So by pre-foaming the surface, you're letting the product lift all that dirt up. So when you do rinse or contact wash, the dirt isn't directly rubbing against your paint, which is going to cause scratching. So there's no reason for you to start with rinsing thinking that it might be safer, because it is actually not. So the second useless technique is the 2-bucket method. So this didn't used to be a useless technique. In fact, it was actually the most recommended safe washing technique by a lot of pro detailers, because what we used to do is we take the wash mitt while we wash the car, the mitt gets dirty. So you would dunk it in the first bucket, which is the rinse bucket, to wash the mitt. Now you get all of that grit off, then you take it out and put it into the wash bucket, which has soap in it. Then you get soap all over the mitt, then you clean the car again. So that used to be the procedure, but now it is for sure dead with the introduction of the foam rinse foam method. Because instead of getting your mitt dirty all the time, what you want to do is actually get the panel clean and free of grit first. So how you do that is actually what I just did in a rear. You want to foam on or spray on your cleaning product first before the introduction of water. Now you let that product work and emulsify and lift all that dirt and grit off, then you rinse it off. Then you can foam it on again, and then you go ahead with the contact wash. That way, by the time your wash mitt is touching the paint, your paint is already grit-free. So that way it's a lot safer, and you don't have to, carry 2 buckets around with you, around the vehicle. You can just have 1 bucket here, and it will replace both of these buckets. So that way, it's a lot more manageable, it saves you time, it's more efficient, and you can get just as good of a result with 1 bucket. So this car actually spends a lot of time on the freeway. So you can see on a bumper here, it's got a ton of bug guts. And bug guts is actually one of the most common thing that you see on people's front bumper, because a lot of people, they don't even bother cleaning them off. But if you do want to clean them off, that brings me to my third point. You see that in a lot of big box stores, they offer these bug cleaners. They actually don't do anything more than what an all-purpose cleaner can do. And an all-purpose cleaner, you don't have to just use it on bugs. You can use it on front bumper to get rid of bugs, and you can use it on wheels. You can also use it on engine bays. There are lots of uses for all-purpose cleaners. That's why they're called all-purpose. Now, if you get a bug remover, you're tied down to that one purpose for that bug remover, because that one bottle will just be used for removing bugs. And a lot of times, they don't work any better than all-purpose cleaners, in my experience. So instead, you can just save that money and invest in a good all-purpose cleaner where you can use it on your bugs, and you can also use it on the rest of the vehicle. And that way, it'll be a lot more efficient with your money and also your time. So after the car is all washed and it's still wet, and we want to move on to the decon step if the car needs it, the first thing we usually grab is the iron remover, which is my 4th point. Spraying iron remover just on the vehicle like this is a waste of product and is incredibly inefficient. I get the appeal. Spraying on the car like this, if it's a lighter color car, especially a white car, you see that bleeding red just flowing down, and it looks really satisfying, and it makes you think that you're really deep cleaning the car. But I assure you, it's completely a waste of product. An iron remover is one of the most expensive chemicals in detailing, except for ceramic coatings. So you really don't want to be spraying half a bottle on a car just to complete a decon step, because that's just a waste of product and your money. So a better way to do it is get yourself a clay towel like this. Not only is it more efficient in using your product, it's also more efficient in your time, because you'll be combining your cleaning step and your iron decon step into one step. Now, how you do that is you spray it on the panel once, and you spray it into your towel. And then you can start deconning. And this will act as a lubricant for your clay towel. Now you can hear there's nothing. It's very smooth. This car really doesn't need it. I'm just doing it as a demonstration. Not every iron remover on the market can work like this. A lot of them actually will melt your clay on your clay towel. So you want to be careful with which iron remover you get. Now, the brands that make iron remover compatible with a clay towel like this are, of course, DIY Detail, and I believe Detail also makes a iron remover that works with clay towels. And the one I most commonly use, because it's very affordable, is the Turtle Wax Rapid Decon. It's marketed as a wheel cleaner, but it's actually just an iron remover. So of course, I'll have them linked down in the description if you guys want to check them out. So the last useless technique that I think is completely wasting your time is this. So I know a lot of us love seeing this on Instagram. Complete waste of time. Now, of course, if you enjoy doing this and you got the time to do it, by all means, go ahead. But if you want to do it efficiently and clean your interior without spending 5 to 10 minutes per door panel, then all you need to do is get rid of this brush, only use it for dusting, and get a rinseless dampen towel. Because, let me wipe this off first. Now I got foam stuck in my crevices. Another reason why this is a waste of your time. See, now I got foam stuck in here. So a lot of times this is what Instagram Reels don't show you. So you get these bubbles that are stuck in here because all the foam that you love to see. Using my finger to jam my towel into that corner, and I can't get that out. You just have to live with it. Now, of course, I'm not saying that there is absolutely no place and time to be using that method, but for the 95% of the time, for passenger vehicles, your interior does not get that dirty. All you need is just get a rinseless dampen towel and just wipe it down. And trust me, I have cleaned mom-mobiles that are destroyed by kids. And you know how dirty those cars can get on the interior. This can clean it 100% just as well. Spotless, just with rinseless. The cleaning power is often very underestimated by many people with these rinseless solutions. You absolutely do not have to waste your time with all the foam, with a little brush. And even now, I'm wiping, I'm still getting foam traces. I have nothing against foam, but when it comes to interior detailing and you get into crevices like this, foam is kind of my enemy because it just complicates things so much. Now, of course, if your towel is too wet, it will leave streaks behind. So make sure your towel is dampened, not soaked. So squeeze. So you want to actually wring it out like this, where there's no water coming out. You don't want to soaked because there would be a lot of streaks after. So there you guys go. Those are the 5 techniques that you should avoid if you want to detail efficiently. Now, of course, if those things are what you enjoy doing and you got the time, you find it therapeutic, by all means do it. A lot of it is actually very fun. The foam, I actually really like it, but a lot of times I just don't have time for it. So this video is not about dunking on those people who use those techniques, but to just let you know that when you see these things online, they're not always the best method or the most efficient method that you should do. There's often better ways that isn't as exciting. So if you want an efficient detailing process, I would absolutely avoid those techniques. So let me know what you guys think about the 5 items that I named. Now, outside of the ones that I already mentioned, comment down below. Are there other ones that you know of that I didn't cover? I would be very interested to see. Now also, do you agree with the 5 I named or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below too. And if you liked the video, please leave a like and comment down below and subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out. So thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you next time. Bye.